Hey everyone, and welcome back to FSi DFS. I'm McKinley412. You're all having a fantastic week as we head into Friday in the weekend. 6-game slate, pretty decent sized slate for a Friday, all things considered, and it is full of big home favorites. We only have one road favorite on the board with Boston at minus 130, Rangers minus 300, and then everybody else minus 175 or even longer. So it's going to be interesting to see where you want to go, but yeah, it is definitely ruled by home favorites. In terms of projected goalkeepers, we see them right down here. Ranta, again, these are just projected. Things change. Coaches make different decisions than I'm not the coach, obviously. But Quick, Ingram, they've been very solid so far this season. Olmark, while he is not as Vezina caliber as he was, 917 save percentage, still very, still very good. So let's head over to the line stacks. We're going to go with this Vegas top line to start things off. We're going to go with Barbashev, Eichel, and Stone. Barbashev, he provides you with a lot of value at 3.6K. He's, getting the opportunity to skate alongside two fantastic players. It's going to be in a nice matchup as well, going up against Buffalo. But the big question is, which Buffalo team shows up? Buffalo has been up and down all season long. They have wins over some of the best teams in hockey: Boston, Colorado, Rangers, Toronto. But they also have losses against some of the worst teams in hockey: St. Louis, Calgary, Detroit. They even almost lost to Chicago. It's been ugly. You never really know which team's going to be showing up. Now, if you know the history of Eichel and Buffalo, well, if you don't know the history, essentially Eichel does not like Buffalo one bit. He played there for the majority of his career. They made him hate hockey. He got traded. He went to Vegas. He won a Stanley Cup, and now everything's happy, happy, joy, joy with him again. But he's got a thing for Buffalo. He likes to ramp things up when he does play them. Other line we're going to be going with is the second line for the Rangers. Technically their second line, but they've actually been the best in terms of fantasy production so far this season. And they all actually have better home splits than they do road splits, which is actually a little bit odd for a second line. But they get a dream matchup here tonight, facing off against Anaheim. I think the Ducks only have one win in their past 11 or 12 games. It's ugly. They had a decent start to the season, but they've completely fallen off a cliff. And the Ducks, they take a lot of penalties. They take the most penalties per game in the entire league, so the Rangers power play is going to see quite a bit of time. Speaking of power play units, let's go to notable special teams. Rangers, one of the best power play units in the entire league, and like I mentioned, even though Anaheim has like a pretty average penalty kill, they take the most penalties in the entire league. So there's going to be a lot of opportunity for this second-ranked unit to do quite well. And then Boston, Dallas, Arizona, all favorites on the board, all with solid PK or power play units, facing off against three of the worst PKs in the entire league. So they're going to get a lot of opportunity to do pretty well. So going to individual plays, and a lot of these guys, in case you haven't been paying attention or haven't noticed, a lot of them do correlate as you go through. So Sebastian Aho, we'll start with him at center. 7.1K, you compare him with Jarvis if you do want to go with the Carolina route. These guys are top line, but still, Carolina's just a tough team. I talked about Seattle being a tough team to figure out in terms of DFS. Carolina's right there with them. They're just so deep. They have three lines that they kind of pump out there pretty evenly for the most part. So it makes, pinpointing where the goals are going to be coming from much more difficult with Carolina, which is why they're going to see probably way reduced ownership, but still, they're a pretty decent favorite at home against Nashville, who likes to go up and down the ice. So I don't mind Aho and Jarvis combination if you do want to go for a little bit of GPP. Back to Dallas here. Dallas facing off against Ottawa. Ottawa's going to be on the back end of a back-to-back with travel. One of the worst PK units in the entire league. Dallas very strong on the power play, and you can get guys like Hintz, Robertson, and Heiskanen, all very affordable, 6'5", 6'5", and 5'5", all skating on the exact same power play unit, all skating together at even strength as well. Most likely Heiskanen's going to be with these guys. It's never a perfect correlation between defense and forwards, but still, Dallas, I really like them here in this spot at home against Ottawa. Carlson, he's just another Vegas guy who does skate on the top power play unit who can give you a little bit of value. Schmaltz, he's day-to-day. Pay attention to him. The coach really did say he's like a 50-50 if he's going to be going here on Friday night. But Arizona, again, another great power play going up against a weak team. or a weak penalty kill. I will say though, San Jose, like, kudos to you guys. Like, after one of the worst starts in NHL history, they've turned it around. They've only lost 2 games in regulation in their past 11. Like, they've been very solid here as of late. But still, it's because they're scoring goals. It's not because they're preventing other teams from scoring goals. So Arizona should still light the lamp quite a few times. And then we're going to go with Geeky here. 3.5. This is like a punt play, but also he skates on that top line for Boston. He actually skates alongside David Pastrnak. So while Pasternak's salary is out of control, Geeky can really counter that and make it much more manageable to get that Boston stack if you do want to go there. And then you can add Marchand into that stack if you really wanted to. Marchand, though, does skate on the second line. Clayton Keller, pairing him with Schmaltz if you're going with Arizona. Robertson already with Hintz. Marchessault's kind of like on a line by himself, but he's still like phenomenal. He's been doing great as of late on that second line, and he does still skate on that top power play unit with Eichel, with Stone, Pietrangelo, and Carlson. Jarvis already there. Pietrangelo, just mentioned him. Trouba with the Rangers. Again, it's just kind of like correlation. Shattenkirk, he's going to be another value defender that we could go to just because Charlie McAvoy, he was just put on the IR. With him out, Shattenkirk has seen an increased role. Lindholm could be another guy for Boston on D who has also seen a little bit of an increased role with McAvoy out. So Boston, slight road favorites, but still, Islanders, they allow the second most shots against per game in the entire league. Their goaltender has an off night. They're going to have a really rough time, especially going up against the talent that these Bruins guys do have. So that kind of wraps it up for this slate. Again, it's just a lot of heavy favorites. I think there's just great like correlation plays as well. Like Dallas, the top line, awesome. Rangers, that second line, awesome. Like it's a nice slate. We'll just put it that way. So Charlie might have some soccer videos out for you guys this weekend. Not 100% sure if EPL's going. I want to say they are. Or maybe not, because they just had the Champions League. I don't know. We'll look into that. But he might have a video. Check out for that. And then Megaroar is going to have a video for Week 15 of the NFL, so make sure you support him as well. But for me, you'll see me back here on Monday. I take the weekends off, just kind of refresh. So good luck, as always, in your contest. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you Monday.